Hey, guys, welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. This is a psychiatric self-therapeutic multimedia project to solve the problems, challenges, and obstacles in our lives, as well as a self-improvement process to reach the highest goals and ambitions that we have set for ourselves, as well as those around us. If you look at a brief introduction and brief summary as to how we break down the Ahn Rho Project into domains of life, sub-series analogies, and so on and so forth, check that out on the previous live streams for past 3.5 years straight to January 2021 and beyond for more updated versions, including the copyright-free music, content live stream schedule, and how we divvy the streams, 15-minute live streams into 3 phases, 11 segments, and so on. That won't take too much of your time. That being said, let's dive into the second story today as usual. Two things usual. First of all, 8.5 is a solve 8.5 override story. A rule to break all other rules, a system principle to free myself from the system and to be purely practical and get whatever most urgently needs done. Then the second thing is, of course, if you want to skip even this short and abridged introduction and future live streams as usual, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, or whatever, just fast forward into the video by maybe a minute and a half, and then you'll dive into content, which is where we are right now. Take a look on screen. What you see is what you get. We have what is phase 2 items here. That accumulated in just the last 2-3 hours of the day yesterday. So I'm going to try to run through these things. Most of them are not that important. They're just entertainment and resources and informational material. After that, we're going to dive into phase 3, which you see in the backdrop, my hand waving. It's going to be very physical, the most active and engaging part of the stream, but it's very messy, and we'll have to cover the root. So, sorry, I was just swallowing something. So, this feels a little funny. Take a look on screen. What we have here is just a collage over there. You see some YouTube videos. It's a little bit of lighthearted. It's very lighthearted. You can see there's like anime over here on Naruto and stuff like that. We also have some stuff having to do with like gaming channel, which is RuneScape oriented. That's one of my brother's channel. And then we also have some stuff having to do with philosophy. Actually, this philosophy thing might be a little bit more serious than expected. We also have some stuff having to do with business material as well, so that's actually quite serious. So business, gaming, animation, philosophy, education, comments, social media, and people, just people in general. Some guy over from Germany messaged me. So at the very bottom here we also have some stuff once again to do with philosophy and a bit of commentary. Okay. After that, like I said, we'll get into phase 3, which is much more physical and active. Get rid of that. Alright, so let's start off somewhere. Segment 6. Stroke reflections. The only real test of intelligence is if you get what you want out of life, by Naval Ravikant. I don't know who this guy is. Apparently he's not a very well-favored person based off the comments on this post. But again, Stroke Reflections, copyright, no, it's not my shit, not my stuff. Just go over to Instagram, check out Stroke Reflections. This is where his post is. It's just that philosophy is like a figurative father in my life. You take a look here, and I don't know if I happen to agree with this. I think that if you interpret it the right way, it means that, you know, intelligence truly is best measured by what you can actually apply and accomplish. You know, people who don't actually get much done in life, he implies, therefore are not intelligent. That's debatable, right? That's debatable. In fact, my interpretation of the opposite of that might even be debatable itself. So I'm not going to leave this, I'm not going to go dive into it. This is something that you can go on the post and discuss with a bunch of other people who commented. A lot of people disagreed, a lot of people agreed, so, moving on. Another post on Instagram, the other side of philosophy, which is more forgiving, opposite to Stoicism, of course. School like London, much more forgiving. So, many young children go through a phase of being clingy, requiring near constant attention, reassurance. Their dependence may sometimes be burdensome, and so on and so forth, and, unlikely to encourage. Refusing to indulge in it is unlikely to encourage self-reliance. On the contrary, it will only inhibit their healthy development. And so, the point is that the good parent knows that children may cling for a while, and they will never dismiss their natural need for reassurance in periodic terms. They know that those who end up securely attached in life, the 4 attachment styles, of course, and able to tolerate absence are those who are originally allowed to have as much independence and connection as they needed. Now, always, this is hitting real personal with me, because always my guardians were quite the opposite. Or I don't know if I would say the opposite. It's kind of like, they do what they're supposed to and do a lot of things they're not supposed to. So at times they can be very assuring of that. But for the most part, they defaulted to just trying to push me away, or actually really discipline, more than discipline, almost abusive. And I guess it is abusive then, because I already talked about narcissistic abuse before, so on this channel, which you will find in some previous live streams for the past like 3-4 months. Anyways, moving on. That's philosophy. That got a little bit too serious, Let's go to something a little bit more lighthearted here. On gaming. So this is a tournament run by my brother, and he's got a bunch of clan leaders for a game called RuneScape. So I just want to showcase that. It popped up in my recommended, and I clicked on it, and that's what it came up. And so I hope he's going to do well with this. I hope he's successful, but don't rely too much on it. Over here, this is the kind of description. This is the past Saturday, ran an example session of high-risk TOB featuring some of the leaders and so on and so forth. So this is the kind of content. This is stuff. You can check his channel out over at Twitch link. You can see over there. If you want. If you're into that kind of stuff. Moving on to the side, we have, aside from gaming, also something more lighthearted as well. So this is interesting. I saw something pop up on my recommended as well. It's like Barry on mode for Boruto. So this is Naruto, the next generation kind of thing. And I want to highlight this. I usually don't do this because animation is such a low priority item, right? It's like fun and games and entertainment. That's not something I usually cover on this channel as often as I'd like. But it really hits home to me because I remember when I was in middle school, I really resonated with Naruto's kind of past, even though he was a character sitting on the swing set, nobody and no one. That was definitely what drew me in. And seeing him an adult now, having overcome all these sort of challenges, his rather traumatic experiences and difficulties in life, and now he's a full-grown adult and he's about to die. Now, I'm not trying to give spoilers, but basically he's supposed to pass away. That's what I'm hearing. Once he uses this secret technique, so it's kind of like a throwback to when I was a kid again. Maybe like watching him grow up. It's like we grow up together. Moving on. That got a little too philosophical for just like Naruto, but Naruto could be philosophical. Moving on, we have this stuff here. Business. Mag Reavers. So now we're going to more serious stuff. Health research, biomedical research, nutrition. So Mag Reavers is an Olympic athlete, and this is basically one of the sessions he held, featuring Mag Reavers, Olympic swimmer for the U.S., 6-time medal athlete, whatever. Anyway, he hosted this sort of session for the Uzana convention, so basically one of the businesses that I'm running on the side. And it's not something big right now, I'm just trying to go easy and lighthearted on it. By the way, I did download another video. This one has to do with I screen captured the business orientation session, but this one over here is a video from Freedom Life. Never Lie to Yourself by Dostoevsky. So this is something that I really wanted to listen to. I didn't get the chance to. There's just too much to do. So maybe later on. And why wasn't I able to is because of this. So you take a look over here, privacy, security. I know I'm not showcasing very much here. This is just like me deleting the history towards all the kind of banking that I did yesterday. I basically logged in and I do this sort of thing where, every once in a while, I won't say how long, but obviously it's privacy, confidentiality here. But I would check up on my banking accounts like you should, right? So that you don't default on anything. So I was checking on banking accounts on this kind of interval basis, and then I just deleted, I cleared the history from all that stuff, from because you don't want your credit card information and stuff like that being exposed. That's just not smart. Now I want to talk about one more thing before we move on to phase 3. So this over here is says that so this is like a Dutch, German kind of video, and what this comes from is actually I had this chat. It's just the comments actually, but this is where it comes from. I made a live stream yesterday, just about 12 hours ago. It was in the evening, and 10 cents Zoker, so just shout out, thank you Zoker for your great video. Greetings from Germany, from German, and I said, right back at you from see a interesting gamble machine content you have in your channel, and I checked it out. So Tencent Soccer, thank you for dropping a comment. But basically, this is what it is. He dropped by, and this is his kind of content. He does this kind of stuff where he covers gaming machines, casino machines. Now, obviously, I'm not against that. He does put warnings about how gambling can be addictive, so he is aware that his content could be a little bit controversial. And then here's the people down here, and I noticed that basically what he's doing is he's going to all these small channels like Momshi, Self Vlog, another vlog by Pat Matthew, by Genie Vlog, and all these people are basically responding to him because he would go onto small YouTube creators channels and post a comment alike, and and then they just feel like they would come back, and that's how he earns his traffic. I don't know how effective it is based off of his stats. It's like he gets very few subscribers because there's very few long-term interests, but he does get a lot of views, like 1.4 million. So he's been doing this for a while now. So overall, that's, I guess, his strategy. No problems with that. And here's just an example. Like I said, this is how I could tell like small people channels. This one has only like maybe 1,000 subs, and that's one person who commented on Zucker. So it's just like that's his way of doing things, and that's fine. This is back to Dostoevsky. Never lie to yourself. Once again, just to read it. It comes to a point that he cannot distinguish the truth within him and around him, so he loses all respect for himself and all others. And having no respect, he ceases to love. I definitely resonate with that right now. And, so that's something that I wanted to get down. I downloaded the video. Now, we have about 3.5 minutes left, so let's get on to phase H for a moment. Phase 2, segment H. I'll mention very briefly that for the past 5 days, I've been taking shit twice a day. So over here somewhere, like my excretion is like way up. It's really nice. But I know that today's probably gonna be the last day. It's been because I've been overeating. I've not been sleeping well. I feel maybe even a little bit sick. I have to be careful. If it gets any worse, I'm definitely just gonna not show up to work with the whole COVID-19 thing. I don't know. It's not like I'm feeling sick, but it's like there's something a little bit off. So can't really describe what it is. Inventory here, we have also inventory having to do with, again, I updated all the food that I ate yesterday. There's also a bun today. I ate a little cake. So, alright, let's just get right down to business in phase 3. 2.5 minutes. What can we get done in 2.5 minutes? Let's stand up. I want to cover the room as it stands right now. So this is region A now, but we have to switch it to the side along this panel. So what we have to do afterwards, later on to do, we have to sweep down along the edges. There's so much dust in the backdrop. And then you see region F, E have been kind of rearranged here, and so is region B 1 through 4. Region B 7 through 5 through 9 is at the backdrop now. Region D 1 is largely the same, just move it aside a little bit. Region B4 like this side, and then finally region G here. So there's some stuff we want to cover in the next about maybe 1.5 minutes. So let's pass over the trash here. We have some granola bars. This is from my colleague workplace yesterday. Gave me a bar. I didn't finish until I came back from work. We have some paper napkins here, which I want trash. We have some Uganda health science supplements that we want to finish off here. It's garbage. I also have to say that I got cut around my right hand, so it's like a tiger claw right there. But I put bandage over that from my workplace, so it's a class 4 item. I have to log that on the inventory spreadsheet, which I forgot to do. That's something I forgot to do. So that's something inventory there that I match up. So this is all trash here. I want to say there's probably one of these clips here is too sharp, so the blunt ends fell off. So I have to put this here. It's all trash as well. So taking this all together, it's all garbage. I want to mention very briefly in the wallet here. I need to take out the expired card, or going to be soon to be expiring credit card, and I have to wash this mask as well. So the soon to be expiring credit card, I'm going to move over to the side. By the way, this entire region here at the backdrop, you see, this all needs to be rearranged. The surveillance cams, as well as the drinks and everything like that. This needs to be reoriented at the very back, made more nicer. Okay, back over here, we have 45 seconds to cover everything we need to cover. So we have this cake here from downstairs, Aroma Bakery from my guardians. I ate this, so it's trash. We'll push this all inside here. This bag here has banana peels, but most importantly, all this wet wipes that I used to mop down the entire floor. So you can see in the backdrop all the floor there, all the way there to the front and the back. Mopped it all down, wet wipes inside. 15 seconds left. I received mail here as well. This is the new credit card that I was referring to in the wallet that I used to activate it. And last but not least, take this to work, and this to work to give to my colleague. And this is all trash here too. So I'll end this live stream here, and and come on. Okay. I almost missed the button there. This is Ahn Rho signing. I will see you tomorrow morning.